Yo, what's going on, guys? Estee McCrawly coming with another video. We got some more double battles on the battle spot using the Mega Camerupt team. Every time I do this, I always want to say Mega Metagross. I'm not sure why. It always just pops in my head, and I have to think that I said this is the Camerupt team, right? Or this. So I'm sorry, the Mega Camerupt team that I created. So the first battle we have is against Tom. This is a really interesting team. Archeops, Excelgor, Spiritomb, Sableye, Mawile, and oh man, what's that one called? Malamar. There, I didn't have to look it up, but the last one, Malamar. So, an interesting team. Um, right off the bat, I noticed that my Togekiss is pretty good. He has the two Pokemon that before Gen 6 where it didn't have any weaknesses, Spiritomb and Sableye, and the Malamar is also dark, and the Excelgor is bug, so I can hit it for super effective. 4 out of the 6 with super effective damage. But then again, at the same time, Archeops and Mawile do check me. They have super effective stab for me. But that's where kind of the Camerupt comes in to take care of the Mawile. And also the Escavalier here is really good because I can hit the Malamar and the Archeops for super effective damage, and then I can hit the Mawile at least for neutral. So this is and the Musharna obviously for the Trick Room. The only problem is he's obviously got he's got 3 darks, he's got a bug which is super effective against Psychic, and he's got Mawile which carries Sucker Punch. So and chances are the Arceus knows Taunt, so I mean he just kind of shuts down my team. So in this battle I kind of have to I didn't know if I should lead with it because there's a possibility that it's just going to go down before it's even going to be able to get Trick Room up. So let's go ahead and get started. My opponent leads with Mawile Malamar, and I lead with Togekiss Escavalier. I didn't want to lead Musharna, but this is a pretty good lead for me. He is going to get the Intimidate off, but if I get an X Scissor off, the Malamar is going to get destroyed. It's 4 times effective, and then stab, so for a total of 6 times. Boost, and he's going to switch out into the Spiritomb, which is a pretty good play on his part, and he's going to protect the Mawile, so he obviously didn't like the position he was in. I went for a Protect as well. I didn't know if the Malamar was going to go for a Will-O-Wisp or something, but I just went for the Air Slash into the Mawile, so pretty good play by my opponent. And here he switches out the Mawile back out in the Malamar. So this was a little interesting for me. I switched out as well just because I feared a possible Will-O-Wisp from the Spiritomb as well. So that's why I go in the Camerupt. I'm like, if he Will-O-Wisps, I'm not gonna be affected. And I get a Dazzling Gleam off, which is gonna be nice because it hits both for super effective damage. So it does over 50% to Spiritomb, and sure enough, we do see the Will-O-Wisp. So Spiritomb's not a Pokemon I've seen that much in doubles, but my knowledge from singles kind of made me think that he was gonna go for a Will-O-Wisp right there. So he's gonna switch out. He doesn't want it to go down quite yet. And he's going to go back out in the Mawile, which is somewhat of a risky play. So if I go for the Heat Wave here, he's in a lot of trouble. And the Intimidate's not going to do anything. So I Mega Evolve here. There's no reason not to. And we're just going to go on the offensive this turn pretty much. So what I end up doing is just going for the Dazzling Gleam was the safe play. If he stayed in, Spiritomb would have been knocked out. And with the Malamar, I knew it was going to survive. And here he goes for the Rock Slide. So an interesting tech move. It's not going to do too much to Togekiss. I'm like, please don't flinch the Camerupt, and he doesn't. So I get the Heat Wave off. That's what I was going for. Because if I knocked out the Spiritomb, it would have been single target, and it would have been more powerful than an Earth Power. And if it didn't knock out, or if he switched out to something else, I just got free damage. So it's an easy knockout onto the Mawile. So now we're going to see the last Pokemon's the Archeops, and he has a Spiritomb in the back, which restored a little bit of health. So one more Dazzling Gleam will not be enough to take it out. And here he does have the Rock Slide as well, which is the Pokemon I'd expect the Rock Slide to be on. But Togekiss is going to hang on just a little bit of health. Now you get another Dazzling Gleam off, which is going to be huge. It is going to be enough to pick up the knockout on Spiritomb. So now it's Archeops against the world. But if you guys watched yesterday's video, we saw... and I went for the Earth Power here just in case it survived. and the Earth Power would have connected for sure. No chance of missing. And at this point, I'm not all that. I don't need to hit the Archeops all that much. So, and he does get the flinch there, which isn't too big of a deal. I'm just gonna bring in Musharna. So I could have protected here, but there's no point in keeping Camerupt around since I can't hit him. And you see, I get the heat wave off anyways, and you see it's not gonna do. Actually, it's gonna knock him out because it's a crit. So it's still done respectable damage. Archeops doesn't really have the best defenses. So, but there, what I wanted was I wanted the free switch into my Escavalier because the Escavalier would have been able to one-shot that thing with an Iron Head. So, no point in protecting, keeping Camerupt around. The crit mattered, but in the end, I would have won anyways. I was just trying to set up my end game there. That Archeops might have even been scarfed or something. I mean, Rockslide was the best move for him, but he could have been locked into it as well, and that's why he just kept on going for it. So that one, no Trick Room needed. That's why Fairy Pokemon are really important. They're more for dragons, but they also hit dark types really well. And dark types are pretty common. I also have a Scavalier to hit dark types, but something like a Spiritomb or a Sableye won't take super effective damage from a bug type move. So that's what you need. So the Fairy, they're just really good Pokemon. They come in handy a lot. So that was that battle. We're going to go ahead and get into this next one. And my opponent had a team of Gardevoir, Amoonguss, Arcanine, Hydreigon, Crobat, and Raichu. So one Mega Evolution possibility here with the Gardevoir. A very powerful Mega Evolution. Escavalier's a relatively good counter to it. But my opponent has the Arcanine, so it's a little troubling. The Hydreigon can also carry Flamethrower. Being a Trick Room team, it's a little difficult. He has Crobat, which can learn Taunt, usually does. Raichu can learn Fake Out. Amoonguss can learn Spore, and it's really, really slow. So this is a little bit more of a difficult matchup for me. I do decide to bring Trick Room anyways, and here I'm like, okay, he has the Hydreigon, which will get absolutely demolished by my Togekiss with the Dazzling Gleam, but at the same time, if you look what I brought Escavalier and Landers. Landers knows Superpower, so if I get an X-Scissor or a Superpower off, Hydreigon's going down anyways. So besides the Hydreigon, the only thing I would have helped with is the Amoonguss, but I'm also bringing Camerupt and Musharna, which can hit that Amoonguss for super effective damage anyways. So no need to bring the Togekiss. And the Lantern isn't really going to help out here. The only thing I'd be able to hit for super effective damage would be the Arcanine and the Amoonguss with an Ice Beam, but it wouldn't do that much damage anyways. So we're going to go ahead and get right into this next battle. I decided to lead with Musharna and Camerupt. Since he didn't have any Water-type Pokemon, that was really good for me. And if he went with the Hydreigon, it was a little complicated. And this was a really good lead by my opponent right here. So here I'm like, okay, so pretty much, and we see he does have the Air Balloon, so I can't just go straight for the Earth Power. But that's also good because it means he's not carrying a Focus Sash. So here he goes for the Fake Out into the Musharna, smart way enough. But this was a really good lead for me because even though he's going to do a lot of damage to my Musharna, I forced him to either Fake Out the Musharna and I get a free Heat Wave off, or he could Fake Out the Camerupt and I get a Trick Room up. So still a good play by my opponent. You see, he hangs on with like 1 HP anyway, so it's like an invisible Focus Sash. But the Air Balloon does pop, so this next turn, if I want, I can just go for an Earth Power to knock it out. And I switch up my Musharna here, since I don't want it to die. I need that Trick Room. And I bring in the Landers here, because I'm like, okay, if he goes for an Electric type move there, I'm set. And if he doesn't, like if he just goes for a Dark Pulse or whatever, I have my Focus Sash, so he can't knock me out anyways. So we see he goes for a Thunderbolt there. He must have been predicting a switch. So lucky for me, I didn't switch out that slot. Because the thing is he could have been predicting me to switch in the Togekiss there. And also, he might not have even had anything else. So we don't really know. But we're going to see he's running in the Gardevoir, and he's going to get Intimidate, which is pretty big against the Landers. But if I can get a Superpower off, that's pretty much going to knock out the Hydreigon. Since I'm sure, or with how low its health already is, I'm Brave, max attack, so I'm sure a Superpower would be enough. but that's just kind of my thoughts right there. But I go for Protect. I'm like, I was thinking, should I switch out Landers? So I'm like, I don't need Landers for anything else. It's not, and we see we hang on with one, so it's like my invisible focus sash as well. So, but it didn't matter. Seeing him go for the Dark Pulse into Landers, I'm actually surprised that he prioritized that. Because I could have just gone for full offense right there. That would have been a huge play. So here he's gonna protect, and I protected as well. Because what I'm thinking is this Hydreigon has Flamethrower, but here he goes for Dark Pulse. So at this point, I'm thinking maybe he's choiced in some fashion. So he gets the lucky flinch there. I ended up going for the Earth Power into Gardevoir anyways. So he is prioritizing taking out Camerupt, which I find interesting here. But for me, I want to knock out the Hydreigon because with the two Pokemon I have out right now, Gardevoir can't do that much damage. They both resist Fairy, and you see how little they've been taking up until now. And right now, I can just one-shot the Gardevoir with an Iron Head. So here, you see, after 2 Hyper Voices, I'm barely under 50%. I was debating on whether or not I should protect or not, but in the end, there was no point in me protecting, especially with the Escavalier, because I have the Lumberry. So even if it would have been best if he tried to put me to sleep, because then Camerupt would have been able to finish the Amoonguss off. But we are able to knock out. The crit doesn't matter. Gardevoir doesn't have very good defenses. So now we got Amoonguss against World. So we see Clear Smog here. What that's going to do is it's going to take away potential stat changes. I didn't have any, but it shows this is more of a support Pokemon. So that shows the Amoonguss is not going to be able to touch my Escavalier. Essentially, he's going to have Clear Smog. He might have a Grass type move, and he probably has Protect and Spore. So I quad resist Grass and I'm immune to poison. This Escavalier is just going to wall the Amoonguss for days. So I eat the Lum right there. I'm able to get off another Iron Head. Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough to pick up the knockout. But at this point, the Amoonguss is not going to be able to damage me enough to be able to finish me off. So right now we're just waiting for Camerupt to wake up. I see it. I didn't even, and the thing in the back, I also have Musharna, which may or may not be faster than this Amoonguss. But we wake up, we get the Earth Power. No need to go for the Heat Wave and risk a miss, since Earth Power is going to be more than enough to take it out. So an interesting battle right there. The thing with Hydreigon, it's got such good coverage, you never know what it's going to carry. So I usually carry Earth Power on mine, but some others carry Flamethrower or Fire Blast. So, especially since I didn't see the Arcanine, I was like, he's got to have Flamethrower on this bad boy. But he might have been choiced, and that's why he was just going Dark Pulse, Dark Pulse, Dark Pulse, Dark Pulse. Never any Draco Meteors or anything. So, another close battle, another good battle right there. Fortunately for me, like, the thing is, it's all about knowing which Pokemon's more important. Like, he had the Hydreigon and Gardevoir out, but with both, like, Gardevoir is a big threat. But if I have 2 Pokemon out on the field that resist it, and Gardevoir is doing 30% damage to each of my Pokemon, there's no need to take out the Gardevoir. We can let it stay. We gotta take out the other one. So, that's pretty much it. A couple of good battles. Really good, really well balanced team. Lots of weaknesses still, but I really like it. I really like Escavalier. This is the first time I've used it in doubles, and I really like it. So I think we're just gonna end there. If you guys got any suggestions for me, go ahead and let me know. If you want to battle me, also let me know whether it's a single battle or a double battle. But that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.